Hello, this is a test. 1, 2, 3. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a test, especially for Michiel. Over.
all here, Boca. This is the World Cup for World Aquatics, as you know very well. And always our association, WWR. We have a meeting almost every year. From Shanghai 2011, when was our foundation day, until now. I want to give the floor to Mr. Margetta, he's our president. He wants to say some words, and after we want to present you for all subcommittees we have until now, what is the job for all year. We want to listen some questions. And before Mr. Margetta starts, we want to say welcome to Mr. Dr. Vargotic, of course, Pamela Molnar, president of the WBC Water Polo. Before I mention what is the function of Mr. Vargotic, Vula Kozopoli, the General Secretary of the Water Polo Committee. Vula, you can come here, sit in front, it's not a problem. Mr. Ken Kuroda, Vice President of World Aquatics WBC, and also President of Asia Water Polo Committee. Dion Willis was our colleague. Last year, the World Aquatics promoted him and he became a member of the WBC. So, Mr. President, you have the floor.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. It's really my big pleasure these guys in front, Mr. Vargotic, Dr. Vargotic Commission for a fantastic collaboration. Believe me, over 300 members of Water Polo Referee Association is very happy that we collaborate fantastically. The main project past few years was creating the rules, which we collaborate with FINA PWPC, excellent. And World Aquatics, I'm sorry. World Aquatics. When we started, it was FINA. You can imagine this project was over 3 years long. So a lot of meetings, a lot of discussions, which were based on respect from commission to the referees, from referees to the commission. And our second part, which we still have in mind, is creating a manual, which is almost finished. Again, we are working together. And the manual will be really the future manual, which can be used by tablets, by iPhones, with clicks, with new graphics. And without support of you, especially Tamas, Vula, Ken, without such a fantastic collaboration, it would not be possible. When new leadership also in LAN arrived with showing respect to our association, our collaboration is growing and growing and growing. At the moment, we are in the biggest competition of water polo in the world. Next year is even bigger, Olympic Games. I wish you all good luck and good game. And don't forget, I will quote one citat of Colina, which all Europeans know, the best football referee in the history. He sent one letter to Ceferin, which is Slovenian, president of UEFA. Maybe I will be someday president of parallel. He said, every sentence which is changed in the protocol of VAR will take years that referees will get it. So we are like guardians of the rules. We are more conservative. We understand we need to change, but it takes time. If we want to do it faster, we must practice. We must read. We must work every day on rules, on instructions, because the teams will not wait few years for us. So we are not without mistakes, but I think we are doing a good job. So thank you very much for support. Thank you, referees, for supporting us, the leadership of WWR, and I wish you a great tournament till the end. And I would like to pass the word to Josip. If you can, for another 2 years, you understand our job, and then, of course, Tamas.
Yes, so it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Boris, for the invitation. As Aqua Bureau, we really appreciate the work all of you are doing, and we know how sometimes hard it can be. So we congratulate you on this, and the collaboration between WWPC, the referees, this is really important for all of us. So I wish you good luck in this competition. so it can be a good and fair event. I'm from Croatia, don't get this as a problem. I'm from, and that's it. Do I need to say something else? No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It's really good to be here because it's also shows that we are united. From our side, when we started, I always emphasize our goal is not to rule water polo, but we would like to lead. And we need everybody, all the stakeholders in water polo. We have to work together for success. We have new rules, we have new instructions, we have new things, and without working together, it wouldn't have been possible to win this level as early as possible, because what you just mentioned, that it takes a lot of time to unite everybody. And I can feel some of the outsiders of this circle are still afraid of the existence of WWR, but I don't feel any fear, because I think the level we arrived, it's pretty good. I believe we are working well with the discussion, but this work should be judged. We are being judged from the teams, the players, the coaches, the supporters, how understandable will be protocol. And I think we also have good feedback from that side as well. I don't know exactly how many countries we have and how many international referees we have on the list. A few hundred, let's say, because every country can have 9, 10 referees, depending on the numbers of women referees. As I can see, this is the very first time we have I think 3 times more women referees with appointments on a big event, like it was before. So I think it's also a good success, and we trust all of you. And the importance from our side, the existence of media, because you are working, because we cannot give unfortunately everybody appointment. If we could see an average number of appointments per person, it's 1 or 2 games a year. And but it doesn't mean that everybody has even one. I think 70% of the referees don't have even 1 game. But this work has to transfer the message for the continents, for the countries, to develop, to reach the same level, to carry the same information, to unite all of the problems. So congratulations, keep going, and I hope, and I know we will continue this. I hope we will succeed as well one day. Yeah, thank you very much, and good luck.
Okay, I want to mention that we are here present, the director of the competition, Mr. Doctor, thank you very much. We have here the director of the competition, Mr. Sinihiro Hori, and through the help of our professor, everybody knows him like professor, he represented Asia in our board, Horikasa Keiichi. You want to say some more, please? Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shinto, Competition Manager for this game. I hope it will be a fruitful conference today, this meeting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome everybody to Fukuoka, Japan. I hope you're enjoying yourself here, and we're halfway through the competition, and we hope that the remaining half will be exciting, and all the games will be depending on your judgment. So we will be looking forward to that. Thank you for coming today.
Now I want to say that we have a lot of members that are online. One of them is our treasurer, Steve Rochard. I want to say about Steve that he makes a very good job. He's working very well. He supports us in the financial situation with the membership and all this payment that we do as association. Please, Steve, we are online.
Good evening to you. Good morning to me. It is 2
Oh,
o'clock
say
in the
something.
morning here in California.
If you want to say something.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me okay? The WWR is fully funded by membership dues, and it's a fantastic organization because I remember sitting around a table, and it was very important that the dues went back to the members. And we strive very hard as an executive committee to make sure that any and all dues that are paid to the association come back to its membership in some way, shape, or form. And we've been fairly successful with that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. This is the current financials of the WWR. We average about $3,000 a year in membership dues. That basically funds our organization. Currently, the balance as of the beginning of the year was at $8,616.09. We have taken in through half the year this year about $1,800. On average, we're about $3,000 a year with membership dues. We currently do not have any contracts for any type of sponsorships or merchandise. And so sometimes we will get an occasional donation or gift in kind merchandise, which is accounted for. We have worked with companies like Mikasa, Delfina, and others that have provided donations to the association to assist its members in maybe its outfitting, uniforming, even whistles and red cards. So those are things that we take account for, and we make sure that our members can benefit from. You can see the cost to run the association every year is somewhat minimal. It actually, most of it goes back to merchandise and or things to be able to give back to its members. We do pay nominal bank fees to have a nonprofit bank account here in the United States. We do pay credit card processing fees. So we have switched fully over to PayPal, and I'm happy to say that 99% of all payments of WWR are processed through our PayPal system. And we do have to pay credit card fees with that processing, but it's been fairly successful, and we've had minimal aggravation from our membership because PayPal is fairly common throughout the world. And so that was a good switch that we made a couple years ago. We also try to make sure that our members have whistles, red and yellow cards on hand. We try to distribute those throughout the world so that every event at least has something so that we can update our members, whether they be new members or members that have been members for a period of time, to update them with whistles, red and yellow cards. Last year, as you know, the executive committee voted as part of its merchandising to provide battery packs, and we have done other things in the past. Those are all things that are done on a single annual basis that are discussed with the executive committee and accounted for and then paid out. Our current budget, the way it looks like right now, we kind of average a $6,000 balance annually, because everything, depending if it's a uniforming year or a non-uniforming year. The most expensive years are our uniforming years, in which we subsidize the jackets, the shirts, the ties, and things of that nature for our members. Those are expensive years for the association because of the cost of product. But we think it's very important that our members look professional when they arrive and are able to present themselves on behalf of WWR in top form. So as an executive committee, we love the fact that we are able to provide that outfitting. Our average dues, like I said, is about $3,000. We're suspecting maybe something by the end of this year because we're coming into an Olympic year, possibly some donations, and then our allocations of costs. So basically right now, we're hovering right around a $10,500 balance, and that's fairly consistent with how we operate. And about 70% of that will go back to the membership. on an annual basis from different merchandising products that are purchased on an annual basis. So currently, we are shopping and in negotiations with different vendors to see for any type of sponsorships going in to the 2024 year. And that would range for various different either product and or merchandise for our memberships at any given time. So I'm happy to provide that in PDF format as well. I can forward that and have that published on the website. That is fairly consistent of our financials on an annual basis.
And we appreciate all the job that you do all these years to support this association with all its financial issues. Now we want to give the floor to the old president of the subcommittee. We have the organization, our association work with the subcommittee. We want to start with our friend John Waldo from New Zealand. He just came here 4 days just to be present in this congress. He paid all the expenses from his budget, accommodation, flight ticket. And first of all, we thank you about this very big action that you do for us. So please, if you can have one education committee report from last year. Well,
Okay, where is it?
Left and right.
Education subcommittee. I need my glasses for this. All right. Dear Mr. President, executive members, brother and sister referees, both here in this room and watching online wherever you may be right now. We truly are a global community united by water for the common cause of improving ourselves in order to be better water polo referees, regardless of the level at which we whistle. The current education committee is myself, John Waldo is the chair, Mikhail Zort, Sebastian Delvieux, Voin Pudnikovic, Hendrik Schopp, Babak Hesmayan, Ernesto Toledo. Oops, my apologies. Yeah, I've gone. Yes, thank you. Luca Castanola and Andrei Korolev. Past activities. As in other years, the Education Committee is responsible for producing the online tests and quizzes. I trust you are all familiar with this content and use these tools to keep yourselves current and sharp. For the tests, we have continued, but we slowed due to the changes with the rules. With the update of the rules, new life has been breathed into this group, and we will now work to come up with questions and scenarios to test you on these changes. As with anything new, there is the opportunity to have new and updated interpretations to the application of the rules, various rules, as they evolve into their correct place within the game. For the quizzes, these have continued, and as stated earlier, there are now opportunities to highlight new rules as well as changes to existing ones. I'm sure you will all appreciate the difficulty in finding several examples of the correct clips, as well as the opposite, in order to be able to produce a quiz. We have established a very good relationship with World Aquatics in order to access their substantial library of clips in order to be able to create the quiz. For our current activities, members of the committee are involved in the production of material for the new water polo manual. We are collaborating with members of the Rules Committee to produce this valuable resource, as well as preparing explanations of both the new rules and also the new VAR protocol. We have other presentations in collaboration with the Rules Committee in various aspects of finality or production in the works, and we hope to be able to produce this by the end of the year or early next year. At this stage, test number 24 is being prepared, as well as quiz number 42, and quiz number 42 is being done in collaboration with the Women's Committee. Obviously, with the recent changes to the rules, we'll be updating all material to reflect this. We are still working on basic refereeing resources as well as looking to produce a video version of each rule to be available as online content within the WWR website. We'll continue to produce the tests and quizzes with a focus on the latest changes to the rules. As stated in the past, if you have a situation or video which you think may be interesting or challenging, please email it to a member of the Education Committee and we may use it in a future test or a quiz. I would like to acknowledge and thank Mikhail, Sebastian, and Ernesto and Voin for the excellent and professional effort they put into the production of this material. In closing, on behalf of the Education Committee, we wish you all the best of luck in your whistling for the remainder of this year and into the next. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to be here to address you all, as well as all of our members viewing online. And please stay curious. Thank you.
Sorry, John. At our association, we will have one small gift about you. So you do a lot of things over these years. You came here from very far, New Zealand. Okay, it's not very far from Japan, but for us, looking very far. And because one gift always go from one woman.
Thank you.
Give one gift to you. Okay.
John is finishing.
One of my favorites. Yes.
Next year.
From next year.
Yes.
From my card, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Continue with your good job. You are good coordinator of group. You are polite but straight with the dates, and so thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we have a photographer.
And again.
Thank you. And I will have
Not much, but
So we continue the second commission, subcommittee, the Rule Education Committee, a very serious. The coordinator of this committee is Rafael Colombo, but now he's busy, he has a game. But okay, also Frank, because he do everything and he's okay. Frankie, please, can you make for us one report, what happened this year?
Thank you very much. Executive Committee, dear members, it's a great pleasure to speak on behalf of the Rules Committee. As Jorgo said, I'm not Rafael Colombo, but I try to present his work and our work as good as I can. What is our job? He asked me to highlight what is obvious for probably most of you, but I want to say it nevertheless. We are not making the rules. This is the privilege of the leadership of World Aquatics. We're also not making the interpretation as such, but we are fully engaged in the process of formulating what works well, what does not work well, how do we communicate the rules, where do we need stronger emphasis. There's a lot of overlap. If we think about educating the referees, there's a lot of overlap, of course, with the Education Committee. But we do have separate tasks and a separate mission. And that, on the one hand, we analyze as referees what we think works well, what doesn't work so well, what do we need to improve. Also, we think there's a space to educate not just the referees, but a whole broader community about the new water polo rules from our perspective. So we think about new players, even the public, and we produce material about this. Here are the members. My language skills are not so great, so I'm not going to read them out, but they're all here, and it's great to see that we have really members from across the world from our WWR that contribute to this Rules Committee. I also want to highlight that in my experience, in particular, the Rules Committee, we're not strictly confined to these people. There have been many little ad hoc groups who work on a very specific question about timeout, or I don't know, some aspect of the new rules. So as members, do not be surprised if you're approached by the leadership or even by us saying, here's a small question for us referees. What do you think? Let's formulate an opinion, let's formulate a suggestion that then enters the conversation, which I think is great. And you're all invited, of course, to say yes when we ask you, but also proactively come to us with things that you think need to be discussed, should be improved, or any ideas that are rules related. Here's a small overview of past activities. Many of those, maybe the most visible ones, are around presentations, some smaller, some bigger. Maybe I assume most of you have seen presentations about the 2-meter foul, the new interpretation, but also, of course, the new rules that have been approved last year and are now in place. And we provide very extensive sets of slides to be used in education for everyone, but also YouTube videos, short versions for everyone, longer versions for members. And again, I hope you find them useful. If you do have suggestions, do approach us, please.
I would like just to step in because
Please.
I work closely with the Rule and Education Committee daily. So how WWR is working? We have committees in charge for some topics, rules, education, whatever. And then we have many micro groups. So I see some situation or something happen here. We pick up 5 names which are not in committee. Give us your opinion. What will you judge in this particular situation? We collect opinion. We go to the committee. What they think. It comes to us to executive. We decide. We contact, and this is the most important thing. Always Commission for Aquatics. Not one material in our web page is not published without authorization of World Aquatics. And this is written in the first page of our web page. So these materials are not our materials, but are World Aquatic materials. It's our together materials. Okay, and next time please put also World Aquatics logo. It must be like it was in technical meetings.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for the clarification. I'll pass that on. Absolutely. As Boris says, we see ourselves very much like a support group working between those institutions and trying to support the great work that World Aquatics, but also the executive committee, of course, are doing. What are we working on at the moment? There's, of course, the water polo manual will be overhauled, and this has been a long and very detailed process that is coming to a conclusion. We want to become more active in analyzing hot topics, so things that come up at events like this World Championships, for example, but also going beyond just pure rules, guidelines on the ethics and the behavior of referee, and well, what is expected of a referee at any level, really. In the future, you can expect to see more videos, more presentations about various aspects of the rules. We also have the target to collect them somewhere nicely and not sort of scattered around the web, but have one place to go where we either link to material that exists on World Aquatics website, or have our own, have our common presentations there to support the education of, for instance, new referees. But at the same time, I mentioned this earlier, it's not just about referees, it's about the broader community. And we think very short, to the point videos that explain what is a penalty, why are things whistled like they are, can be very useful in supporting our sports, not just for referees, but as it says here, players, coaches, and spectators. And this is the end. I thank you very much for contributing and staying active in this process, but also, one more time, I thank very much World Aquatics that we're involved in this process in this very fruitful way. Thank you.
Now we continue with the marketing committee. Unfortunately, Ivan Rakovic has 2 games today in the morning in Serbia. So I will present his job, his presentation. Thank you. The marketing committee, always we do from our passion. And this was the idea of Boris many years when we start that also Adi Alexandrescu involved in this and Neno Peris, that every year we must try to find something to give one motivation to our members to pay the fee. In this issue, Ivan Rakovic, he worked very hard all this year. He was always during the European competition, he was with the 2 suitcases, 3 bags, 10 belts, 50 cards, and he tried to distribute all our materials we have all our members during the Europe, but not only the Europe, also abroad. The member of this committee, except the Ivan, is George Polychronopoulos from Greece, Turkan Erkan from Turkey, Rado Korizna from Poland. From Sri Lanka, we have one new member. This is Sumit, I don't know him, but okay. And Gabor Vogel from Hungary. Ivan, all this committee ran all this issue with the jacket, shirt, logo, cravat. Somebody need another size, must change it. We might give to China. We must give to Australia, Oceania, Latin America. So one of the topics was the uniform, and last year was very successful. This continue, all this, distribution. Of course, we had this order of Mikasa, also Matan involved with this, together with Steve Rochard, and our cards. And this, it's the cards and the whistling is the material that one referee cannot go in one game without this. So we try to give to the members this in all over the world. And when they go in one competition, I give you an example about Greece. The Greek Association of Referee, until now, don't give whistling and cards to the members. They want to find. Now we find our distributor. They go to Greece and also order the material for them. And another important was the belt. This collaboration of Delfina and Boris, he has a very good relationship with the owner of Delfina. And as you see now, Delfina cover also Len. And we take this belt in very good price. And all the shirt was a gift that we have from Delfina. So this committee ran a lot of things this last year. And also for the next year, we're looking for the bag because everybody traveled. We have 3 types. Also before 10 years, Neno make one very good project with a turbo, but okay, the time is passing, the needs changing. So now we have Delfina and Union Arena. We want to see if somebody also give one part of like sponsorship because we are already 300 clients, even more. And we want for the next year to have one trolley, like a trolley from the plane. So everybody has one trip 2 days, like somebody from Hungary is going to Barcelona. He has this bag, take it. We have our logo, of course. So they recognize him that he's a referee, he's from one association, etc. That's it. Now we continue with the woman subcommittee. Maria Daskalopoulou is the coordinator. Kalimera from Athens and good evening from Japan.
Good morning from Athens to all of you. I'm Maria Daskalopoulou from Greece, and I'm very happy to be a part of this meeting today. I will start by presenting the members of our new women's subcommittee. So besides myself, that I'm the chairman of this committee, our members are Alessia Ferrari from Italy, is Fiona Hai from Australia, Natalie Markopoulou, my colleague from Greece, Marta Cabanas from Spain, Nora Debreceni from Hungary, Ilkin Karmakoglu from Turkey, Sara Kontek from Croatia, Leanne Kidd-Stewart from South Africa, and Jen McCall from USA. Women subcommittee was always a part of WWR subcommittees as well as in all sports. In May 2023, the WWR Executive Committee voted for a new women's subcommittee, and that is now very active since that time. And on behalf of all members of this subcommittee, we would like to thank the Executive Committee and the President for trusting us to be members of this committee. So can we go to the next? So far, in order to help WWR in all sectors, we have already prepared the video quiz that is sent to the Education Committee concerning goalkeeper situations like penalty exclusion from women's games. And a group of our members have prepared also a rules test sent to the Rules Committee and the Education Committee. And we have also written a report about grabbing and holding the swimming suit, that this is one of the major problems in women's water polo. And this is one of the major concerns of this committee, how to limit the grabbing. We also are occupied on writing and send reports after every women's competition or any competition our members and women referees are participating. We have already prepared reports about the finals of Women's World Cup in Los Angeles last month, and the under 15 Women's European Championship that was held in Zagreb. And we will continue with the rest of the competitions, like under 17 Women's European Championship that will take that will be in Manisa at the end of this month. Now we have the World Championship in Fukuoka that are still going on, and that it will be also the under 20 Women's World Championship in September in Portugal. Last, we are working, actually, our member Fiona High from Australia is working on the women's dress code. There is a thought, she's in contact with Elfina, to create a sample t-shirt for women, like a v-neck t-shirt. We don't have a sample yet to show. That this will allow women to have a more comfortable t-shirt to wear in the pool during watching games or between their games. And there is also an idea to create a more formal t-shirt as an alternative to the men's shirt that can be worn together with the jacket, the blazer. Can we move to the next? Thank you. The goals and targets of our women's subcommittee for the future is to try to increase the involvement and participation of more women referees in water polo, and also to retain women referees in our sport. We are in contact with our members, women referees from countries that the sport is not elevated, like Switzerland, Serbia, South Africa, and we will ask them to make some reports and give us information about how our sport is working in their countries in order to promote women's water polo domestic in order to improve international, and to have more women referees in these countries. And as I previously mentioned, we're working on the swimming suit grabbing. That is a major problem in women's water polo. We know our sport is a sport that has some kind of contact, but it's very important to know and apply what is allowed and what is not allowed about grabbing, because it's impossible to call and control a women's game if we don't disallow this kind of contact. And sometimes it's not a good promotion for our sport to watch games that grabbing is out of control. For this reason, we will also work as a group. We will change opinions about proposals for the women's swimming suit and what changes can be made to eliminate grabbing. So I would like to thank you for your presence and your attention. And on behalf of Women's Subcommittee, I would like to wish to all our members and colleagues that are there, good luck to the rest of your tournament. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maria, and congratulations for all the job that you do over here. And now we continue with the multimedia subcommittee. Peter Wegeroth is the son of Ursula. Now he was also in the European Championship under 15. And congratulations. So, Peter, we are ready to listen to you.
Konnichiwa. Hello, everybody. Hope you hear me well. First of all the regards to everybody there. President, Executive Committee, First Vice President, and TWPC. Thank you for being here and listening to me. So now, can we move to the next slides? I think our group is a pretty small one, but we handle a lot during the years. I am the chairman, the webmaster. With me, there is Kyriakos Zervakakis, who was the previous chairman and is my advisor. And he's our server provider and help us a lot in technical issues. Then we have the awesome Juan Tejido from Spain that is handling all social media. He's a monster. I don't know how he does it, but he's amazing. Then we have Mladen Rak that is providing all the clips that the other subcommittee are using, and also we are providing to members through the FINA cloud. Then there is my little assistant, Ayal Gavel, which is my second webmaster, and he helps me out on the website. And last but not least, we have Levan Bershvili that is producing content for social media, like reels and other material. So this is our group. And during the years, we have many ongoing projects that are basically helping out other subcommittee to give members all over the world access to what they are doing, like quiz, test, the newsletter, which comes out 4 times a year, is a big venture between all 5 subcommittee with news from everywhere, reports from women's subcommittee. Then we have new rule, presentation, marketing. And afterwards, this year, we launched, thanks to our treasurer, Stephen, a podcast, which just came out. If you haven't seen it, go listen to it. It's amazing with Mr. Kuroda. And that was a big project and had a big result with many people listening, both on Spotify and YouTube. And beside that, we do also, normal sharing of information, instruction, appointments, which are really important to referee to know when they need to go. And beside that, we improved our membership system with coupons for big groups. So big federation now can buy more, how can I call it, membership and be with us easier. In this year, we did some couple of changes. Mainly, we switched to MailChimp, thanks to the executive subcommittee to helping us to provide more better quality email and be assured that we deliver them, as the last year we had some troubles. Also, we increased the security of our website to be sure our member details and all are protected, and we solved major or little major insecurity that we had. So now the website is totally secure. To go through the data that our subcommittee is producing online, can we go to the next slide, please? Online, our website is attracting almost 25,000 people across the world in the year, which is a lot of people, which are not only referees, it's water polo players, coaches, and all our community come to our website to read rules, have the latest instruction, and know how the sport is moving. And this 25K user come from all over the world. In fact, as many think water polo is a European sport, our #1 country is the United States of America. And we see access from South America, we see access from Asia, Australia, Africa. We have a worldwide presence, and we are pretty happy about it. And it's thanks to all our subcommittee for the great work they're doing. Then also we need to promote this, and to promote it, we have various social medias ran by Juame And just to give you an example, we have Instagram, which is the recent one. We have 1,200 members, so followers that follow us. We reach 1,500 accounts in around 1 month, which is awesome. So our content is spread across the world. If you need referee material, if you need anything, people are informed where to find it and where to go. Facebook, which is our bigger social media platform. I think it's the next slide. No, first we have also YouTube, that thanks also to the rules subcommittee and all the thing they made is ranking up a lot of views. We have 18,000 views in the last year, ranked up as 700 watch time hours, which our content is not that big. So a lot of people come watch our content. And a lot of this is just a public number because for member, the number is separated and it's not in the public. So this is the public access and the public thing that we do for the community of water polo. And for our member, then we have the long access video plus all the presentation in the member area. Going to Facebook now, our biggest one, we have 7,000 followers that follow us, and is also our #1 way to speak to the world and release stuff and advertise them. And it's really important to us and what WWM is doing. And each year is growing by thousands, and it's really awesome to see. In the past year, we had the newsletter, like we all said, and yeah, I think this we already went through. Sorry. Okay, speaking about the quizzes, we have also increased views compared to the previous years. We see in the numbers increase mainly also before major tests or schools from World Aquatics or LEN. We see numbers of tests and quiz go really high, up to 600 and so. So we see that a lot of interest is put in this material, and people like it, and it's really important. Then to see the membership, as Stephen already said, 355 members went through our website to pay the membership. A lot pay still in other ways, like cash, and then we add them in other ways. So we have almost 600 users, which is not all the members. Maybe some are old accounts or double, but we are growing every year. And the system that we change up in the early 21 is working well, and is providing to members and to the community what it was supposed to be. As current activity, my subcommittee, we are the support of WWR as we help out every subcommittee to provide their content to you all, to the members, in the best digital format possible, and to really be worldwide and spread the water polo rules and everything that we believe across the world. So we don't have many big projects beside everything that already the other chairman said. So we're gonna help out. Our main goal is still to provide this platform to be ready to whatever project anyone wants to propose us. And at the same time, we need to provide this huge base that is coming, because 24,000 people is a lot of people, a place where to find the rules, clarification, learn, and improve every time. I thank everybody to listen to me. Arigato, and have fun in the competition, and see you all soon.
Bravo, Peter, and congratulations for the European Championship. So after this presentation that we had from the subcommittee, because at the end the president, Mr. Margetta, you want to say some words just to close this meeting. We want to hear if somebody wants to say something, or we must say something, or some recommendation, especially from the continent outside of Europe, like Mele is from Latin America, Yang is from Asia and China, Asumi from Japan, Ken. If something we can do more for the members that are outside of Europe, because okay, with Tamas Vula, a lot of people, colleagues from Europe, we have this activity of LEN all year, so we have the contact. Because we want to be closer to the continents outside of Europe, because we know that the water polo also is very important to support this world. Well, if nobody has any other question, for you, Frank, we are okay now. You finished with the job. Frank, you work from the morning to do this. He set up the room with 2 iPads. We put the speaker that we listen to the bus. And, you know, you do everything to upload all these events. Yes, of course.
Thank you, George. Mainly on behalf of Asia, I'd like to have a few words.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much for inviting us to this meeting, and this is very productive, and we are quite encouraged and impressed with the varied activity of the WWR. For instance, representing Asia, because we do not have as many tournaments as Europeans have, but we are trying to capitalize on the Asian tournaments as much as possible. For instance, we have the Asian Championships in Bangkok last year in November, and just before that, we had the FINA referee workshop, and the lecturers were Neno and myself, and it was very good because, you know, Neno was able to deliver a lot of information from the referee's perspective, and I was trying to deliver our message from the WWR, World Athletics perspective, and all of the, you know, we had more than 40 participants, and all of them got certified. So therefore, I was very impressed and thankful for the activities, and we'd like to continue so that we can, you know, for instance, in Asia, we can continue to grow.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Because of this that Ken mentioned, I want to say that was our mistake that we didn't present in this meeting, that the first time that this technical committee of World Aquatics gave the possibility to members to go to have lecture as a FINA school. It's a very big success, also for the president, Tamas Volnar, also for you, Vula, as the general secretary, also for Ken, but also for the liaison responsible for water polo, Mr. Kyriakos Giannopoulos. Neno and myself, we went to Saudi Arabia. Neno was in Thailand. Boris has invitation in a lot of schools. And I think this is going very correct way. It was very good from your committee that you understood that we are close to the referees and, you know, we want to help. And of course, we present the material that you sent to us. And thank you very much. And we hope this continues for the next years. So now, Boris.
Thank you for
The president.
I'm very happy that I see our member from India.
Yes, of course.
Please say hello. Very grateful that we come because of this meeting. Really, I'm very, very grateful.
Thank WWR, thank Asian Federation, I thank World Aquatics. They have provided me the opportunity. And I have a lot of people asking questions, including you.
Yes.
But this is the only weekend progress. As Mr. Ken said, we have very little tournaments in Asia. So I try to learn from WWR. I try to learn from the championship. I watch a lot of matches. So yeah, thank you, WWR. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming. We are available for any questions or email. You are invited for dinner. And the location, your knows.
The Japanese referee.
Finally, we must say something about our president. Really, his machine of the WWR. Really, I remember, you know, the time when we started 2011 in
Shanghai.
Shanghai, yes. We didn't have a good connection with the director, you know. But our activity, I'm very open. I'm very open.
Who was the director?
I don't know.
That time.
But really, our activity, Boris was first, and today is also first.
his activity produce, I believe, I can say, really very, very good, very good society, and what is important for our love and our sport. And finally, a lot of young referees came. It's most important because if you do something alone, you cannot do something more. And thanks for all activity for the young referee who included inside and who started to be the part of the WWR. That is important. We have family of big, but I believe Mr. Molnar and Mr. Vula, they are important for our sport. Thank you for all. Thank you.
Just we want to say that the dinner is coming from the Japan Association of Referees, Martin.
Thank you very much.
The director. And also one big thank you to our professor. He stayed all day on the table. The member of the